Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Mini reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D. Back with another video. It's going to be mini reviews. And I'm going to do mini reviews of two films I just recently watched just the other day. Of course, these are two recent films from this year. So get ready, because I'm going to try and go as fast as I can for this and make them mini. Unlike how I did last time. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Here's the first main review. First off is Knox Goes Away. Now this, actually, it's premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival last year and was released earlier this year by Saban Films, distributed by Lionsgate, and released by Film Nation Entertainment internationally. The film stars Michael Keaton, who also directed and co-produced the film, and plays the titular character along with James Marsden, Susie Nakamura, Ray McKinnon, Marcia Harden, and Al Pacino. Now, the film follows a contract killer with a rapidly evolving form of dementia who vows to spend his final days attempting to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged adult son. Now, that's all the story I will give to you, because this is a main review, and I'm not going to give much detail, more of the details and what have you. From what I've seen of the film, this is kind of a strange film, but I found it to be pretty good and what have you. Michael Keaton does an exceptionally good job on his direction. And as he plays the titular character of John Aristotle Knox, I must admit he did exceptionally good. James Marsden plays the role of Miles Knox, his son. I will say he was very good as well. We see Marcia Harden as his ex-wife Ruby. She did pretty good. And there's also, let's see, Susie Nakamura as Detective Emily Akari, and Ray McKinnon as Thomas Muncie. Two characters you'll see. And let's see, Al Pacino's in this as the character of Xavier Crane, who, of course, who is actually a friend of John Knox. So, you gotta know that's good. And even Dennis Dugan, who directed numerous Adam Sandler films like Big Daddy and Happy Gilmore, he's in this as well. I didn't see his name in there until I just saw on my source. Anyway, it did fine when it had a little bit of a limited run in theaters and made $653,000 at the box office. It recently premiered on Max not so long ago, so now I finally watched it, and well, I must admit it's not too bad. Now, with its reception, it sits at 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying Michael Keaton directs Michael Keaton in Knox Goes Away and gets a terrific performance out of himself, albeit one that's left stranded by an underwhelming screenplay. Yeah, the screenplay is kind of a little bit of a mixed bag, though. But I will say it does have some pretty thrilling bits and what have you, but it's just kind of different than what I had hoped for. But I did like the cast, though, for what I had to offer. Alex Heffes does the score, which isn't too bad. But anyway, it's Michael Keaton who really steals the show, and like I said, he did a good job with his directing and what have you in this film. So Knox Goes Away is a pretty good film. I think I would recommend you give this a try. Definitely. For my score, I'm going to give Knox Goes Away 4 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it an 8. Next main review, please. Next up is a main review of The Watchers, which was released by New Line Cinema through Warner Brothers this past June. The film was a major disappointment, but I'm going to get to that later. The film was directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ishana Night Shyamalan, in her directorial debut, based on A.M. Shine's 2021 novel, starring Dakota Fanning along with Georgina Campbell, Owen Furey, if I mispronounced that, I apologize, and Oliver Finnegan. It follows a 28-year-old artist named Mina who becomes trapped in a vast, untouched forest in the west of Ireland. While seeking shelter, she becomes trapped alongside three strangers who are stalked by mysterious creatures every night. Now, from what I've seen of The Watchers, I am going to say this is kind of a strange film and what have you. And while it's factually an okay film, but it wasn't great though, unfortunately. But anyway, well, I do think its cast was okay, except for Dakota Fanning. I was surprised to see that the lead role was hers. I hadn't heard from her for some time, but sure was nice to see her all grown up and on the screen. So anyway, I think Dakota Fanning does a pretty good job in the role of Mina, and also the character of Lucy. And Georgina Campbell plays the character of Sierra. Owen Free, yeah, I mean Owen Free, excuse me, voices plays the character of Mal. I don't just say voice, sorry. And Oliver Finnegan played Daniel. Those were the strangers that Mina managed to get involved with, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And I'm going to say this was, like I said, it was kind of very strange and why have you. While not as good as her dad's work, some of her dad's work and what have you, I still appreciate Ishana Night Shyamalan for her attempt in doing directing. She also wrote the script for the film as well. I failed to point that out. Anyway, I'm going to say this film was was all right. It just wasn't great though. This film bombed at the box office, making only 33 million worldwide against its $30 million budget. The film sits at 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying heavy on eerie mood but undone by an obtuse script. The film can only hold the gaze for so long before tedium sets in. Yeah, I agree. Again, this does have kind of a mixed bag of a story, but I do like the eerie feel of it, though. That's one thing I like about this film. Cinema Score gave this a C minus score, and Metacritic has a score of 46. And several critics negatively compared Miss Shyamalan's style to her father's. The Observer commended the Shyamalan family for never obscuring the nepotism at play, but also said the Watchers did not convince me of much. Of course, that's said by Dylan Roth of The Observer. Worse is precisely why I'm sure the young director hoped it wouldn't be a pale imitation of her father's patented style. And Bob Strauss of the San Francisco Chronicle said there's an elegant blend of Celtic folklore thriller and contemporary horror movie tropes that renders the result unsatisfying for fans of our genre. And yet, Shyamalan proves herself a proficient director throughout most of this slog. Well, that's understandable and why have you. But the cast was fine. I did like the eerie bits and what have you, but the story just didn't have enough feel to it. And Abel Korzinovsky's score, if I mispronounced that last name, I apologize. Well, I'm gonna say it was fine, what have you. I just feel like this could have been a little better and what have you. But even so, I still well, it's hard to say the right word to say that Miss Shyamalan's direction It's still fine, what have you. But overall, the Watchers, I really don't think I'd recommend this. But if you are a bit of a Shyamalan fanatic, maybe give it a one-time watch. But I simply would just call it a draw, saying give it a one-time watch or avoid it, and stick with her dad's material. Maybe she'll come up with something better next time. And I know her dad just more recently directed the film Trap. When it comes to Max, I will be watching it and maybe do a review of it or a main review if something else gets in the way. All right? So that's that. For my score, I'm going to give The Watchers 3 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 6. So there you have it. There's my mini reviews. What did you think of Knox Goes Away and The Watchers? Have you seen either of these films? You can tell me your opinions on both of them or one of them if you've seen only one of them, and leave a comment for me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow and make the views grow. Join me next time when I bring to you one of my rankings videos. I haven't fixed up the rankings yet, but they're going to be worked on real soon, I promise. So if you like this, check out some of these other films that I've done. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see my review for, well, my re-review for an, well, a little bit of a more of a good Michael Keaton movie. Its sequel's coming up next weekend, and it's the original Beetlejuice. Or if you'd like some more M. Night Shyamalan, check out my review of The Sixth Sense in the upper right hand corner. Or you can go to the bottom left hand corner and you can see my recent brief thoughts on the recent director's cuts of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon films on Netflix. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.